Hello everybody, I'm back again. So today we are gonna continue our series on 100 basic end games. So this is gonna be the part 2 of the series. Okay, if you haven't watched part 1, I will highly recommend watching part 1 to watch this second part. So let's dive into the video. So uh, this is the first critical diagram. So I want to say think for 5 seconds in this position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope so you came up with the right move. But if you came up with the king f5 move, you have a wrong definition of opposition in your mind. Okay. Okay. Now king f7. Now you realize it's white to move. Means white has lost the opposition. If it's black to move, black has lost the opposition. But white has lost opposition. Now you cannot make progress because black won't allow you to gain key squares and the promotion square for the pawn, which is f8 in this case, because black has the opposition. You have to move according to the black pieces. Okay, so black is the one calling moves after king f8. That's the reason why. Now let's make some moves. King g5. Okay, king g5 and king e5. King g5, king e5, almost the same. Now king f8, and it won't allow you to gain the promotion square or the key square. Or suppose you try king e6, now king e8, and you cannot make promotion like progress. Okay, that's why move played was f7, which is very good idea. It's the idea of Juswang. Now we can see black is forced to move. He have to leave this promotion square, the f8 square, and allow the white king to promote. Now in the diagram, they played king e7. Okay, then just king g7 and king d6 was played, and now just we can play f8 queen. So this was a critical idea of using the pawn to gain opposition or putting the king in a jutswang. Here you can see after f7, and the white king put the black king in a jutswang, or white also gained opposition because it's black to move. Okay, so I cleared the definition of opposition by this diagram. Let's go to the next diagram. So this is the next critical diagram. Okay, so in this diagram, I want to say what will you play, and it's the extension of the previous diagram, so it will be clear. So in this case, what will you play? It's for the guys who tell the move king f5 in previous position. Okay, I think so you come up with the right move. If you come up with king f5, you have the right idea of opposition in your head now. So king g8. Okay, after king g8, king g6, taking the opposition. Okay, king f8, king f6, and king e8. And now we reach the same position, and now we can do the idea of Jutswang like previous section. Now in this case, if you play king f5 or king e5, both are blunder because you lose the opposition. And another thing, after king g8, I want to tell you that if you do king f8 instead of the move king g6, now king f6, king e8, king e8, and e7 is also winning. It makes zero difference as we have still the opposition. So we have to be always careful that we have the opposition and use the idea of Jutswang. That's it for these two diagrams. Okay, so let's go to the third diagram. So this is the third diagram. In this case, I just want to give you a quick revision of the previous part of the video, or previous part of the series. So okay, now we have to just take the opposition, king f6. Now it's black to move. Okay, now king e8, and now simply we just shoulder the king away by using shouldering. Okay, after this, simply king g7, and now we are using shouldering. we shoulder the king away from the promotion and the key square of the pawns. And that's it for this diagram. Like it's gonna just tell you that we can also use king and pawn to gain opposition or the key square or the promotion square for the pawn. So there are typically four ideas: Zutzwang, opposition, shoulder, and tucking the king away. That are the only rules that you should know for these endgames. Okay, let's go to the fourth diagram. So in this diagram, you have to be very careful about the stalemate ideas, as in this case, black king has very less square to go to because it's the last file. Now, for suppose if you come up with the move g6, it's a draw because it's a stalemate. So that's why I was saying be careful about the stalemates when the opponent king has less squares. In this case, you can clearly see that. So king g6 is played, taking the opposition, which is very useful thing, and we should always do that. So king g8 was played. Okay, after king g8, king h6, trying to like take the opposition. Okay, like after king h8, now a very good move was played. If you understand the first three diagrams, you can come up with the move very easily. Okay, so the move here played was g6. The g6 move was played to take the opposition by using the pawn. Okay, another thing, after king g8, you will see it's not about the opposition, it's about putting them in the Zutzwang. Okay, like I use the opposition term to define Zutzwang, you can also use Zutzwang to define this term. I like to say opposition. Okay, after king g7, now white has the opposition, and king will go to f7, and then we can promote. You can see that king f7, king h7. So simply we use our pawn to put them in this one. Remember this move order in your mind. Take screenshot of this move order. Okay, after this king h8, king h6, sorry, and after king h8, g6, and king g8, and we promote. So just take the screenshot of this move order. I will recommend you. If you don't understand, like, just take the screenshot. Let's go to the next diagram. So in this diagram, I want to show you an idea of how you can take opposition in different manner. It's the second way, I think so, by which you can take opposition. It's actually a third way. So king d5, king d7, and everything is normal, and d4. d4 is very good move. We are skipping our one turn to gain opposition. Now you can see it's black to move. Now the person who has to move loses the opposition. In this case, it's black to move, black loses the opposition. Okay, so king c7, and we just used our pawn to skip a turn, and now black is in trouble. He doesn't have the opposition to draw. Now king e6, now we just shoulder the king away from the promotion square. Now king d8, now we waste one more move. We won't play king d6, although it's fine, but it's not clear win. Like, it will make you get confused. So just like king d6, it was played in the diagram, but d5 was also right. Okay, so king d6, king c8, king e7, king c7, d5, king c8, and then d6. And now we have gained the shoulder and like gained the promotion square, key square for the pawn. And now it's easily winning. Now no one can stop us. Okay, so after king e6, king d6, instead of king d6, you can also push the pawn, like push. Okay, we will go there, we push again. We can just push blindly, like push, and king will go to d8, back to d8 like this, and then we can push again, and he has to go here, and then we win. Like, we can push on d7, and yeah, then you can see. Okay, so d5 was also winning. So let's go to the last diagram of this video. So this is the extension of fourth diagram actually. Okay, so in this case, king f2, king d7. The idea is to gain these key squares. From this diagram, I want to show that taking this key square in front of the pawn, one square in front of the pawn, these three squares in front of the pawn will lead into the win always. Like if you gain these squares, you are ultimately winning in every single case almost. King g3, king e6, and king h4. Now we'll see. We gain this key squares, like these key squares. After this, king f6, king h5. Now we gain this key squares, and now king g7, and ultimately we get this position, and we have the opposition. Just simple as that. And king g8, king g6, king h8, g5, and like we used our pawn to make the black king move away. So king g8 and king h6. After king h6, king h8. Now we simply push the pawn g6 as there is no stalemate, and king g8. And now we put him in g7. A great move. Idea from the first diagram and second diagram. A very useful idea. So this video was majorly about idea of Zugzwang and idea of skipping a move and idea of opposition. So I just cleared the definition of opposition and told you the new thing Zugzwang and how you can skip the turn by using your pawn. So thanks for the support and watching the entire video. Hope you made it to the end, and I will meet you next time. Thank you. Goodbye. Ta-da.